So, last where we left off, the party just barely escaped the demise of the town of Saltmarsh after the Warforged invasion. After reflecting on the destruction and how some of it correlated to their own personal traumas, the party began conversations with Abrola to find out more details about the going-ons of the fight in general. The discovery of two different types of Warforged, along with what the party already encountered, a rusty kind of one that dissolved after being destroyed, and another one that's almost of a golem stature that uh, the party ran away just in time before finding out its true capabilities. There was also the discussion of the last one they spotted, which had the ability to cast magic, which none of them has seen before. Abrola then contacted Hildo Runeweaver back at the academy to inform him about what was all going on. And upon receiving this information, Abrola got a message back asking the party and her to join in a council meeting to discuss this threat and actions to prevent such a thing happening at Cordelia. On the sail way back, a few interesting encounters happened. The party came across a uh, a novice band of pirates that were easily dismissed. Um, the party had a little self-reflection on the fact that Kermie was not aboard, and on one of the last few days, the party was introduced to a force most of them did not know, but a curious dragon turtle was spotted nearby, which in this part of the world is very, very uncommon. And as we are a day out, Abrola informed they are going to be provided living quarters once they get there, and that the meeting will commence the next day. As I get an Amber Alert. Fuck.
Seriously.
In San Antonio, it's okay.
I was like, what is this noise? And then mine went
But
off.
so as the conversation died down, we go on to the last day. So, which ended up being a bit of a rough day at seas, where some of the party members got sick from seasickness and not being used to the ship. So as that goes on, the at that night, the ship arrives in port, and it is a busy port, especially with some of the ships that y'all recognize, as it seems that some of the other ships that left before y'all were just now arriving as well. So you, as you all are kind of looking all across the dock, you see tons of refugees, guards lining up all across the whole dock, trying to get people to guide them to proper areas, trying to find out who's missing who, and just have. It looks like it was pretty well organized for a refugee effort. And as you make dock, the guards kind of start escorting people down. And Abrola comes up to y'all. It's like, I will want y'all to stick with me. And she actually asked both Leopard and Tormund to come down below deck with her.
Right.
Okay.
And as she goes to the room where she was studying the Warforged is all wrapped up as if like it was about to be buried or something like that. It's like, we can't have anyone know about the Warforged yet, so do y'all mind helping me carry this to the academy before we split ways?
Yeah.
Sure.
Have the strong ones.
Thanks.
That makes sense.
Thanks. And then just act like as if it was a fallen comrade or something, just to kind of ease tension or something. I'm not good at this whole lying thing. So
Alright.
y'all pick it up, and she begins to lead all of y'all off the ship. And then as y'all get on the dock, another kind of little bit fancier armored guard approaches, and it's like, "You Lady Cragbrew?" "Yes, sir, I am." "Okay, good. If you and your compatriots will follow me, I'll escort you to the accommodations that are being provided for you." It's like, "Okay, lead the way." And as y'all begin walking out and into the just the darks and the market districts, especially earlier on, you're seeing that even the streets are kind of packed with just tents and makeshift shacks that for all the people coming in from Saltmarsh. And you see soup lines throughout different places just trying to get people fed. And as you approach, you actually notice that you are going into first you go all the way up into the upper commons, like Cordelia. And you are actually first you go to the academy, and that's where Brola splits with you and mentions that she'll see you in the morning tomorrow. And that she has a long night ahead of her. So she goes in, and then the guards lead you to go into actually the Royal District, which has a very, very fancy guard wall around the district. And as you go in, you notice even like the upper commons were pretty nice real estate. But in the Royal District, it looks like most of these buildings may have been carved of like pure marble.
Ooh.
And marble, granite, bunch of things. You could tell the structure here is much more artistic. And they end up taking you to some of the houses that are close by to where the what looks to be kind of like a royal chamber building, kind of in the center. And as y'all go there, and he opens the door for you, it's like, "This is where you'll be staying tonight. We will come and get you in the morning once the meetings have been prepared for and everyone's in attendance. So we just ask that you stay here for the night. Please don't go out. You will be free after tomorrow's meeting." And then he kind of sits there and waits for you to enter in.
I'll walk in suspiciously.
Okay. And as you go in, especially for you, Needle, this is a culture shock. From the village you grew up in to the tavern that you've been going around with, this is like nice architecture, tile flooring
What
throughout.
are you trying to say? I'm not used to nice things.
Well, you grew up in the woods,
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay.
but
Sorry. Go on.
in fact, for all of you, well, except for one, this is kind of a big culture shock to you about the running to the building. You find there's
This is
plenty of guest
definitely
rooms.
fancy.
Yeah, this is definitely fancy. And as y'all are going in, a gentleman comes out and is like, "Oh, you've arrived. Would y'all be ready for your evening meal?"
Yes.
I'm gonna shake my head vigorously.
Splendid. Okay. If you'll just come in here, and he escorts you into a dining room area, and as you take your seats, he goes into the kitchen and starts bringing out platters of chicken, turkey, some beef stacks, some freshly cut fish,
Mm.
uh, some fresh vegetables along with it. And this is easily the best meal, probably the most expensive meal y'all have ever had too.
I'm gonna shove the
Start
fish in
digging
my
in.
mouth very unpolitely.
And the when the guy drops off the food and then goes back in the kitchen and comes back out again, he sees how y'all are eating and so it's just like, I didn't expect any better, but oh well.
I mean, hey, I'm eating normally.
Hey, I'm eating well. I'm eating proper. Just because I've been on the road for so long doesn't mean I forgot my manners.
Manners. What are manners?
I guess me and the two big guys are just like stuffing our faces.
But as the meal comes to an end, you'll have free reign of the house for tonight. Is there anything y'all would like to do?
What's all around the house to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we just
It's-
like explore the room?
Yeah, so a lot of it, there's 8 different bedrooms
Ooh.
in here along with the dining hall. There isn't really too much. It seems like this house is mainly specifically for guests, who are going to be coming and going in there. There's not really much specifically in there. There's like a small office, or I guess more of a library in there that has some tomes about the city of Cordelia, some of the folklore behind it, as well as just some of the kind of more well-known stories. But there's some interesting looking books in there. But otherwise, that's really it. It's more just of a place to stay rather than actually live in. If you get what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Guess I'll just pick a room and go curl up on the bed there.
And I guess I should ask, are you in the form of Jax or are you in the form of Eva
Well, they
this whole
told
time?
she told us that I should just stay in my regular form because if I wasn't, then it would be suspicious. So
Mm-hmm.
I just stayed in Jax.
Okay. Just let me know once that changes.
For sure.
But so as y'all call it a night, then unless
Then
anyone
we can
has-
get rid of our points of exhaustion, right?
Yeah, if you just hit the long rest button,
Okay.
you're fine. And Trevor, you'll need to hit yours because I wasn't able to. I didn't do that earlier.
No, you're good. I saw that when I came in, so
Okay.
I was just doing that just now.
Okay.
Let me also check. So when I was driving, I was thinking about this. If the gauntlet automatically refills, or if I need to do something.
Nope, you have to manually do it.
Okay, let me go do that real quick. I mean, at this point, it probably would be full.
Yeah, at
since
this
it's
point,
been
it would
3
have been
days.
full.
Yeah. Where are you, Christmas? Boom. Okay, it's full now.
And I will be right back real quick, but y'all go to bed without issue. And as you wake up in the morning, you will hear a knock at the door.
So did we agree on Misfits as
That's what I was
our
about to ask. What are we?
group
What
name?
is our name?
Misfits is fine if nobody can think.
Yeah,
of
it's
anything.
fine.
I
with
don't
me.
hate it. I mean, we can
Yeah.
always change it down the line. Misfits is fun.
Let's just stick with that.
So is it the Misfits or just Misfits?
Hmm. I think the
Okay.
Misfits. I think
Okay,
it sounds
the
weird if we walk up. We're Misfits. It's like, okay,
Mm,
weird. We're the
Okay.
Misfits. I don't know. What do y'all think? Scott, what do you think?
Here.
called
I have
out.
no preference.
Same.
I thought there was a different name that I liked a lot, but I don't remember what it was. So
Let me see if there's a.
It's been a minute.
Let's see if everybody said anything in the group chat. I
It was
know he said-
something to do with the bar.
yeah, it was something to do with
It's
the
like
bar. but I
Burning
don't-
Tavern or something.
That's what we were. I thought we were
something.
going to name our tavern.
Or the Tavern Burners or something, maybe. I don't remember. There was something.
There was
really
something
cool,
along those
cheeky.
lines.
I
Yeah,
remember
I
that was
liked, but I
definitely
don't
one of the
remember what it was,
suggestions,
so.
but we were like, maybe we should avoid incriminating ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Okay, I'm back.
No, that's what you're supposed to do.
We do fine work that without announcing it.
Yeah, but you hear a knock at the door.
I open it.
Okay.
We all
you
have
go in.
individual doors if there's like 8 bedrooms, right?
It's true. This is the first time everyone slept alone.
Uh,
And then, so yeah, you hear a knock at the door. The door opens, and then each one of you gets an individual knock at the door, and it's the gentleman from the day before. It's like the guards have arrived to escort you to the meeting hall.
Is the meeting hall in this building?
No, it is in the central tower.
Is that a far walk, travel, carriage?
Nope, it's a close walk.
Okay.
he
I'll grab-
opens my door. I'm just gonna be like completely disheveled and like not at all awake.
I run over to Needle's room real quick once he leaves both rooms.
He's just kind of going and then opening, saying that, and then proceeding to the next room.
Okay. Well, I run over to Needle's room. What do you think?
I'm
I should-
awake and lively. Let's go.
Someone's clearly a morning person.
Heroes wake up in the morning.
Along with a good breakfast.
So Needle, do you think I should stay in this form? Crag Brew said I should, but or should I wait till we get there?
What? Broke out a little bit.
Should I be Ava on the travel and then back to my normal form, or should I just stay in this form? I'm not used to people welcoming me in this form.
I think you should probably listen to what Lady Cragbrew said.
Well, she only
So
mentioned
if you're okay with that.
I'm fine with it, but I don't want to get like. I mean, I guess we're traveling with an oddball group anyway.
I mean, people give me dirty looks all the time, and I say, fuck them.
Well, I wish I had your confidence. And then I just stage out.
You could always hide behind Leopard. He's like a big rock.
Wait, what is that? What?
But he's a morning person.
Come on, Ava Jax, let's go.
Oh, God.
Oh, I now have 2 first names. This is new. And I follow him out. So Neil can get ready.
Okay. And there's just, as y'all are getting prepared for the day, the guards just kind of standing out front waiting for y'all.
I don't actually get ready. I walk out looking all disheveled. I just put my boots on and go.
Yeah.
So everyone meets out front, and
Oh.
and he begins to lead you to the center spire, which has like a small kind of fortress base, but then a tower that also almost kind of reminisces of a lighthouse, almost. Kind of has that architecture design, and as you begin to walk in, you actually see Abrola there, major sags under her eye. Her eyes just, and her kind of, you could tell that she was just starting to nod off when the guards opened the door. She's like frantically looking. It's like, oh, hey,
What happened to you?
uh, long night of a study session. Trying to get as much information as possible, especially with the limited time I had.
Study session for what?
This meeting, obviously. And she's like, oh dear. She kind of looks at herself and then kind of snaps her fingers, and kind of some of the dirt that was on her kind of dissipates off of her, and then just kind of straightens up a little bit. It's like, so y'all ready?
Sure.
And then she kind of, y'all did decide on their name, didn't you?
We are the Misfits.
Misfits. Or the Misfits.
Yes.
You know, this is appropriate for y'all.
Excuse me?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What is she?
And then she turns around and starts walking away.
Is she a human? What is she?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, she is a dwarf.
Oh yeah, I think she is a dwarf.
She's a dwarf. I'm fine with her. Fine with her saying her, making her comment. But anything else, I'll stab her in the throat.
I don't have it, but I am making her a dwarf. Because I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Okay,
Sounds right to me.
Sounds good.
so as y'all begin to approach the meeting chamber, the two double doors open wide as the guards kind of pull them aside, and Abrola goes in first, and in the center there is a semicircle table with 5 people sitting around the side in kind of high chairs, or like high back chairs, all kind of fancily dressed, ornate. In front on their part of the table, they also have a kind of banner over the top that gives an insignia of each house. And as y'all enter in, Lady Crabrew stands up and is like, council members, I present to you the Misfits. And all of them kind of take a quick look around and kind of look at you. And a lot of them have a lot of curious looks.
I'm gonna fold my arms defensively.
It's like,
I look at each one
And
of
then-
them and like look at their
I want to be
faces.
waving dorkily.
and as you do that, she kind of looks back up to them. It's like, if I may introduce the council to to this group of adventurers as well. Starting from the right, we have spreadsheet. There we go. We first have Sir Adrian Sir Adrian Dawnsummer, and as the gentleman stands up, something interesting catches your eye. He has a kind of orangey yellow hair that kind of flows as if it's an open flame. And his skin color is a brownish orange color. And
Can we make a perception check or something on that?
make a history check.
History.
Anybody or just her?
Anybody can.
I'm good at.
It is +2 if anybody
have
has a better
I have +5.
bonus.
I go to
I, mean,
plus
I have
5.
+5. I could check him out.
Oh, yeah.
Go
For
for
it.
it. Nice.
Nice.
That's a perception. I said history.
Oh. I thought. Okay, I have +6.
Well, if it's perception,
I'll roll
+3.
history.
Oh, yeah, plus
Okay.
6 for history. Yeah,
Yep.
it's all you.
So, based on the physical characteristics, you would recognize this gentleman as a fire genasi.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Fire
So-
genie person. Basically, an
Um,
elemental person.
Genasi, and you would also know that genasi are a type of people that are kind of one with the environment around them. So you know there
Okay.
are fire genasi, earth genasi, air genasi, and water genasi, and they usually tend to live in climates that are around those type of conditions. So like fire genasis are usually around like volcanoes and dry deserts. The earth genasi tend to be more in wooded areas or mountains. Water is usually coastlines or water nations in general, and then air genasi tend to usually live up high in the mountains, and were once rumored to actually live in cloud cities themselves. But he stands
Yes.
up, takes a bow. It's like, it's a pleasure to meet you. And sits back down. Then next, we have Lady Corin Wormdagger. And she stands up. It's a much an older silver dragonborn that has a much more unique attire to the rest of them, as it is a kind of kimono style outfit, which Leopard you would be very familiar with, as it's traditional wear in Draconia. For it's a traditional female attire, and she looks over you. It's like, my, what an interesting bunch. Surely we'll have some interesting questions later. As she bows her head and sits back down. Next up, I have Sir Gel Irontree, as the gentleman in the middle stands up, and he has a greenish color to his skin, but you all see two tusks kind of protruding from his bottom lip, and they seem to be very sharpened. And he also has kind of longish gray hair, but also you do notice that there are many like cut scars on his face. And while the other seem to be wearing kind of more like fancy clothing. And Tormund, you kind of recognize this too, but you can tell that in his clothing, while it looks very ornate, there are armor plates in the vital areas that are kind of disguised as um, part of the like just the overall weave of the robe. And he speaks. It is a pleasure to meet you all. Next up, as stands up, this is Lady Mile Oakenmorn, and kind of is a elven woman who has kind of a shortish blonde hair, very thin and very tall. But as she kind of looks at y'all, it's like, pleasure, and kind of does like a half bow, not really seeming to be interested. And lastly, we have Mikhail Runeweaver. And this is the last man. He is wearing a kind of a grayish robe, but he's an older man. Have kind of like short hair, but it's kind of salt and peppery. And he turns to y'all. It's like, ah, so you're the group we've heard about. It's a pleasure to meet y'all. And he sits back down. And Lord Irontree then stands like, it is a pleasure to meet y'all. We have asked you here concerning the status of Saltmarsh, the attack thereof, and to gain any additional information to help protect the city. Please come forward.
We step forward, or I step forward, I guess.
Yep. So, kind of ask you to approach the table themselves. And it's like, so, what can you tell us about this enemy that you faced at Saltmarsh? Seeing how it required the whole town to be evacuated.
They are nothing we have fought before. We have seen something similar, but also in the swamps of Swamp Marsh, but nothing as advanced as they were that attacked the city. It was an army of robotic men.
And they kind of turn and face each other, and Lady Oakenmorn turns like, yes, we heard about this, possibly a return of the Warforged or something like that. And at this moment, Obrola comes up. Yes, we are actually currently studying. This party was able to capture one of the Warforged, kept it in mostly pristine condition, but they had to disable it for us to be able to grab it. But we are currently researching techniques to try and better prepare defenses against them. It's like, oh, well, good to see the Academy's doing some work for a change.
Oh.
And
Oh.
Lord Runeweaver is like, we will talk about that later.
Oh.
Right now, let's focus on this. So and then he kind of nods back at Irontree. Yes, we were given a detailed report based on Lady Crabbrew's findings. And overall, based on her report, it is nice to know that y'all were able to deal with such a matter. So, along with this information that was provided, we do have another question about their fighting capability. Specifically, their skill rate compared to adventurers such as yourselves, or to such as basic training that is provided by town guards.
Can I do some kind of check? Because that question, I like to make sure that they're not trying to make their own army. Like, are they trying to make their own army
That-
of
So you're trying to
Warforged?
distinguish
Or are they
their like
honestly
motive
interested?
for asking or something like that?
Yeah. Like, are you trying to do this to
do-
protect or to like
Do it
defend?
insight.
Oof. Oh, I know everything.
Natural 20. All right. So, based on his tone, or you kind of, and you're used to, you got some training about talking in your life, and you've kind of learned how to read people to try and get their motives, because that's what royalty does. Or noblehood does, is just what are they trying to get out of. But based on this, at least you're picking up that it's more of he is curious to see how prepared they would be if an attack would happen the next day.
Got
Right?
it.
He is generally curious about the conditions of what you fought, more to be more prepared than any kind of ulterior motive.
Okay. They fought like a normal soldier. They had arrows, though they didn't have bows. Wait, do I remember right that it kind of shot out of their arm? It wasn't like a bow. It was like shot out of their arm, right?
Yeah, they had like crossbows that were hidden in their arms that would
Okay.
pop out to.
Yeah, so I filled them in on that. They fought like normal guards. They had the swords, but they also had what seemed like crossbows in their arm. And there was one that we saw that was able to use the arcane. It seemed.
Interesting. And actually, you notice that there is a scribe behind them that's kind of jotting down everything that's said. As they kind of look towards each other, Lady Cragbrue also kind of steps in. I was able to get some preliminary research, and it seems that the Warforged are actually lined with Electrium to be able to provide match. Essentially, their chest piece serves as a battery of sorts, and the Electrium currents flow through, almost how you would think of just kind of our blood system and body. Blood flowing through the heart to the other parts of the body. And they're all kind of nodding. It's like, and you said a majority of them were these kind of more pristine condition. We read in the report about the other types, which the golem-like one seems to be an issue, especially because we don't have any recording
It was
knowledge on that. So
huge, and I don't know if we would have been able to stop it had we attempted.
Okay, that is good to know. At least we know. Did you get any sense of the capabilities of the golem style one?
It did something. I wasn't sure what kind of spell it might have casted, but at one point it seemed to freeze and then suddenly was able to rush forward, but then it seemed to have to cool down.
Got it. Iron Tree looks over to Runeweaver and is like, would it be something like this? And he kind of points to an assistant to come over here, and he kind of seems an incantation and you actually do notice the same kind of small after image starting to appear around the assistant, and as the assistant, he instructs the assistant to move, and you can actually see like a little after image after, but then after a short period of time, all of a sudden it stops, and the assistant is kind of just like physically stops and like seems really tired.
It
Was it an effect like that?
It was almost exactly like that.
Okay, so it seems that it has haste-like abilities. That could be concerning, but at least the nice thing about those type of abilities is that as long as you can withstand it during the time frame, you can be able to strike there at a weakened condition, as you can see. Thank you, Charlie. But I think the best thing is that we have an actual body to study, that we can get more research done out of this, and we can be able to provide. And then Oakenmore's just like, yep, your academy will study it. Of course. We're the ones who got it after all. And they kind of knowingly, you can tell even just by meeting them, these two butt heads a lot.
Butt heads.
And Iron Tree just goes to kind of get them back in line. So, in regards to going above and beyond on this, we have gathered a reward for you. And he nods to Lord Dawnsummer as he waves in, and two guards come in with a medium-sized chest to come up to you and places the chest in front of you. And they undo the hatch and open it up, and you see the chest entirely lined with gold. We felt like, especially being asked at such a last minute, that you deserve it, and getting one of the capturing one of the enemy soldiers also helps with that. So we decided about 8,000 gold was going to be proper amount for you.
We appreciate this payment. Thank you. And
Not
looks
a
over at
problem.
Needle and is like,
And-
calm down.
And we
so much."
do hope to possibly use your services in the future.
Absolutely. We did hear that y'all might have a job for us.
Yes, we will actually further discussing that. I think we will wait till the end to ask, because we did have a few more questions. And as he's like, he turns to Lady Wormdagger and is like, yes, that seems kind of interesting, your party group. It's rare to see all of you around this part of the continent. I mean, one, we have a turtle, which I'm surprised that you are here. I thought your clan mainly remained secluded. This is quite a far away from home.
Yeah. I'm just gonna,
He's a traveling turtle. So there are
I'm
some...
just gonna acknowledge that it's not like our kind, and like there were extenuating circumstances.
Well, it's just interesting to see one of your kind here. And speaking of which, it's rare to see a tabaxi here as well.
kind of not here for
Flatten my ears.
these racist little like side comments this woman has.
Seriously.
No, it's
There's
just interesting,
this
especially because
undertone.
I'm sure you make homes on the savannah on the south of the continent. The curious thing is you're the second one we've seen in the past month.
Ears perk up. The second one
Hmm.
was the first one.
We had one as an envoy from the city of Oakenfell. There's been some disturbances there, and last week we had a tabaxi from as an envoy saying that things have finally cleared up, and they apologized for the inconvenience, provided gifts as a sort of apology, and explained one of our envoys was sick while there, so that's why we haven't heard word.
When did you see this tabaxi?
Last week.
Here?
Mm-hmm. He probably returned home by now. He was mainly here to drop the stuff off and explain. But we were kind of worried about Oakenfell, hearing that there was an uprising.
What do you look like?
Uh, Kind of a blackish, grayish fur color. Tall. I did notice very sharp canines, though.
Mm.
Is this the guy we're looking for?
Think so.
And you said that they were at Oakenfell.
Correct, yeah.
How far is that from here?
Oh. Let me pull out my handy dandy map real quick.
They said he left gifts for them.
But you personally would know that it took you 2 weeks to get here.
By
Oakenfell?
ship.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least for Jax, it took him 2 weeks.
Oh, for me. Well, I don't know where Oakenfell is compared to where I started.
Where you started. That's your hometown.
Oh, shit. Oh!
Nice.
Oh, goodness. I
It's like,
I
yeah,
forgot
he's
my
not really making a
hometown.
big deal out of this. He's really holding a poker face. Best poker face is when you don't know anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm really good at poker. Hit. Okay. Huh. Did he what's going did he mention what was going down in Oakenfell?
Some sort of. They didn't say specifically, just said a uprising. We've all been kind of cautious about his word too. Seems a little too convenient. But they said that they would resume trade as they have been, which especially with the thick forest around there, that's a big, especially with building infrastructure. But just seemed curious because for what I understand, most of the people enjoyed the what was their names again? Oh yeah,
No.
the Lord and Lady Quintero.
Never
But
heard
granted,
of them.
none of us knew them too much, so.
We need to go.
But he did come with sad news that apparently the Lord and Lady families were found all dead.
All of them are dead? No.
Correct. At least that's what they told us. But that's something that we have yet to confirm. Because, from my understanding, they were all similar to yourself.
I do know that there were changelings in that area, but I was from outside that area, so I wasn't directly attached to any of them there.
Make a deception check.
Oh.
Okay, I got a plus 8.
Oh,
Got a plus 8. Oh, it was a 12, but it's okay.
Is it enough?
I hope.
As you're stating that, they're looking. It's like, oh, I guess actually, you know what?
I heard him rolling some dice.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, we're going back to Ava after this.
Depositing your dice.
This is
rolling
why we
back
don't
around.
stay in this.
There's a reason why I chose the metal dice. I knew Eric would hear it.
Oh, because he can hear
I
it.
don't know,
Hear it. It's in the
sometimes
other
music's
room.
kind of loud and I can't hear other stuff. But
He's in the other room. He's hears this clunk. Oh
So.
no.
She nods. Yes, because I know changelings were welcome there, which, unfortunately, some people have a bad stigma about them.
I hope you don't share those opinions.
Not at all. As my family was an outsider originally as well, it's shouldn't be something that someone should be judged on.
I agree.
But yes, we've been having some worrisome dealings down there. And then she continues to look around. So we've had, yes, that. So we have a turtle from a kind of isolating clan from my homeland. A tabaxi, which we've seen a second one in the course of a month, which is very rare. And Yusa, I'm curious to see such a well-dressed goblin.
I just,
And all of them actually are kind of all staring at you.
I just
Kinda
tip my
realizing this
hat
now.
and say I dressed for the occasion.
Well, I'm very honored that you would dress up to beat us. I do say it's quite a surprise to see one and speaking in such a well manner as you do.
Well, I just smile and nod.
And she kind of does like a little curl on her face. She kind of recognizes that it makes you uncomfortable that she seems like she's playing around with you. But anyways, I guess shall we discuss that job that we were talking about?
Sounds good.
So we had a possibility of two things we wanted you to look into. This is, of course, you can choose to do it or not. It is fine. We just ask that if you do not accept these, that you just keep them on the down low. First of all, we've heard some increased activity from one of our original research outposts that I'm sure Lady Cragbrew informed you on the way here at Stonetooth Hill. We've been keeping an eye on it since once that horde came in. They've been settling up shop, but there's been a lot of activity there. And especially with this upcoming Warforged army, we are needing to have little extra help taking a look at some of these other problems. This would be to try to sneak in and ascertain what's going on at Stonetooth. The fact that we didn't get to fully explore it, it'll be preferred if reasonable, to be able to clear it out to allow us to research into it further. And the fact that, based on some readings that was discovered while Lady Cragbrew was away, it may have been discovered that there is a form of magicite there.
Interesting.
And not just clump of raw magicite, a refined magicite crystal.
Is that different? So,
Which, as all you remember from way back when,
that was the ring.
based on some of the books that John told y'all about,
Oh, speaking
that refined magicite was essentially the civilization before the calamity. Pretty much used that as like extreme batteries. For it was concentrated pure magic energy, which is extremely rare nowadays. There have only been 3 or 4 recorded refined magicites been discovered since the research started on them. And they actually mentioned that to you, Lord Runeweaver. So, our job would be to have you investigate this, see if that rumor is true, or based on these findings, and possibly clear it out so that it would be a good force to use in order to counteract this Warforged army. And then we kind of looks over to Lord Dontimer. As for the second possible job, as Lady Wormdagger described, we had a interesting interaction with another Tabaxi claiming to be an envoy from Oakenfell. Since we have been without contact for a month, even the envoys that we have sent in did not end up reporting back. It was claimed that they were sick and they are recovering and will be sent on their way once they are able to make that journey. But we do not trust them. Something about this seems a little too fishy. So, we would ask that you go to Oakenfell and figure out where our envoys are and what's being hidden. We actually took a look. We had some advisors look at the gifts that were provided, and it was deemed that some of them were possessed ancient enchantments that were meant to curse people.
Interesting. Would we be able to see these gifts?
He turns over and kind of snaps, and an assistant brings one up. And it's in a sealed box. As they bring it up and like have a small little table in the center, they bring it and open up the chest and step back. As soon as the chest opens, your head, Jax, immediately spikes with pain.
Oh.
Oh.
And as you look at it, it is a broken dagger hilt. Like where the blade is broken, but the hilt is fine. And at the tip of the dagger, or at the base of the hilt, is a familiar cat-eye amber.
Oh.
Huh. Oh wait, the pain in my head, does it feel like it actually is like physically hurting to be near this,
Yes.
or is okay? Then I don't want to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
We noticed this.
You know what?
I would probably try to play it off, but if it came out of nowhere and it was super
Let-
strong, I probably had a flinch.
Let's see. Trying to decide if it would be a will or a wisdom or a constitution to kind of not flinch,
I would say
especially trying to hide it.
because that has to do with health.
Yeah, I would say make a constitution saving throw.
Saving throw, make sure I do that. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Should have made a check, but save is fine.
Oh,
That
I
was
can
my
do a
bad.
check instead.
Nope. So we'll go with that. But yeah, so you're able to kind of bite like the corner of your lip just to kind of hide the pain.
My hand kind of goes up and like scratches the back of my head like real quick, like out of like instinct to grab my head. I'm like,
Yeah. And so as this is going on, Lord Donsummer is explaining. Yes, while we're not necessarily sure of the source of the magic, it is definitely we're able to determine that it is meant for you, has a ill intent for it. So we've been trying to keep these locked up, make sure no one gets their hands on it.
Huh.
And they close it again, and right when that closes, the pain kind of dissipates. Jax.
Oh, that was a broken dagger as a gift. That is an interesting gift to give to someone. Are they all this unusual?
The main thing we've noticed about them is that they all have that cat eye amber, which is what we're thinking may be the main source of it, but we have not had wanted people to study it due to the unknown circumstances behind it.
And these were all shipped here from Oakenfell.
Yep, each one of us was presented. I received a dagger. Lady Worm Dagger received a necklace. Lord Iron Tree received it as a bracer.
And were they all
Lady
broken?
Oakenmorn received it as a bracelet, and Lord Runeweaver received it as a book cover.
Interesting. Were they all damaged similarly to the dagger?
No, the dagger was the only one that was broken. But everything else seemed to be in okay condition. It wasn't great, but it looked like it had been from ancient times.
And they all had that same unusual cat eye on there, you said?
Correct.
Do you know what that... Why? Is that some kind of special symbol that should connect them or something?
That's what we're thinking, though.
Huh.
We're trying to be careful, seeing we've determined the nature of it. We don't necessarily figure out what it's going to actually do.
Yeah. Definitely
So we're being
safer
cautious.
to be very... Yeah, I would be very cautious with those. You never know what could happen. You don't want to end up cursed or your soul ripped out. You never know what could happen.
Yep, you'll never... Yep, who knows? You could be possessed or something.
I mean, it's a possibility, but probably not.
So, those are the opportunities that we are providing. Of course, while they don't have an exact time frame, we would like them done sooner rather than later. Especially since we're going to be driving all our forces to the main army and getting them prepared for this Warforged attack.
Yes.
So, we do not necessarily need an answer now, but we ask that you give it some thought.
We will definitely consider both of the missions and let you know which one we'd like to start with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that is all the business that I have. Does anyone else have any? As I kind of look around at each other and kind of all firmly nod. It's like, okay. I guess
So
with
we
that,
can take this gold now, and I'm gonna kind of like hug the chest.
I just kind of
yes,
I hand
yes,
her,
that
I
is
hand
your
her
reward
the bag of holding.
for
Fill it up.
the deed you did at Saltmarsh. We also let the guild, the Adventurers Guild, know of your contributions, and hopefully that will maybe increase your hiring capacity.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you.
I guess overall, it's just mainly, do you have any questions for us?
Well, we are new in town. Are there the places we should visit? Say a tailor or anything like that, or magic shops that y'all would suggest over another one?
Well-
I assume y'all know the best places in town.
Most of our stuff is custom made. I know that if you're looking for adventuring type gear,
Eggs?
best places are gonna be search results. It's gonna be the blacksmithing shop, Forging Ahead,
Forging ahead.
and the magical shop, Botanica Magica, because they're right next to each other too, so quite convenient.
Wonderful.
But I know they may be a bit busy now that we've already started commissioning war supplies.
Yes.
So the usual stuff may be gone, but maybe some of the unique stuff that's not necessarily what we need will
Perfect.
still be there.
I kind of lean over to John and ask if do you want to ask about your wizard friend to these people? Someone might know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay for now. I think I have enough information to go on for now.
Perfect. Well, you know where we are staying. If you'll have any questions or need us at any time, you may call upon us and we will be back. But we appreciate your payment
Very well.
and we will be back with you regarding your quests.
Very well then. And as they all stand and kind of tilt their heads to you and they begin leaving, Lady Cragrew comes up to you and is like, okay, time to go. Nice work. You
We
didn't
shovel
embarrass
all of
yourself. Great.
all of the money into the bag of holding and we'll divvy it up. Just 8,000 gold needles. 8,000.
I know.
We're rich.
What was it?
Wait, they gave us 1,000 gold.
8,000?
One. No, just. I tried to do like needles and I just couldn't do it. So yeah, so 8,000 divided by 5, everybody gets. Gosh, hold on. My brain's not working after this drive. Everybody gets 1,600. So everybody
Gold, right?
at 1,600 gold.
Hell yeah.
Boop.
Now we can actually afford something at that
Anywhere.
store.
Yeah.
At shop Salt Marsh.
Yeah, let's go back to Salt Marsh and go get some things. Oh, wait. But they did say Forging Ahead was a good spot, and I can't remember the other place's name.
Botanica Magica.
Botanica Magica were a good place to start.
Yeah, you guys remember we
Which
stopped
y'all-
there when we first got into town.
That's why they sounded familiar. I was like, I know these names. That's
Yeah, we
right.
couldn't afford anything. Now we're rich.
Well, as we're all leaving, so we need to. Did y'all notice the dagger or anything familiar about it?
Is this? Are you still in the chamber hall? Or
No.
this
We've
while y'all
left.
are
We've
leaving?
left.
Can I make a history check to see if I know anything about it or anything?
You do not know anything
Okay.
about this.
Well, hold on. My sword tried to eat him. Give him a chance.
What would I be able to have like any sort of like knowledge, like arcana, perception, insight, anything, or just looked like dagger to me?
It looked like dagger to
Okay,
you.
so I
You
can't
didn't
tell
have
anything
any
about it.
sense.
Okay. No,
About
I
it.
can't tell you anything about it unless I was able to touch it. I
Do
would be
not
able to help
touch
you.
it.
Okay.
Do you remember
Why?
what happened
Did you
when?
think there was something up with it?
Do you remember what happened when you checked out my sword?
Yes.
I kind of like summon it real quick, and I show him the hilt. I'm like, it has the same cat eye. So let's not touch these. And I just kind of it away.
Do you just like summon the hilt part?
If I can, yes. And I don't know if I could just summon part of it. So like I was
I'd
gonna
say
be
you've had enough skill with it so you can.
okay. So
partially
yeah, I
summon
kind of
it.
summoned just the hilt and was like, so just keep everything, all my cards on the table. I have a similar sword.
Where did you get that sword?
It's been in my family for generations.
Okay.
We can discuss more regarding my family when we get to privacy.
Okay, and as y'all are escorted out of the building, you are now in the Royal District. What would you like to do?
I look to the group. Where to first?
Check out the shops.
Tyler, should we go to the Adventuring Guild and update our party name? Because I don't think we gave them one originally. Or will they know who we are?
Yeah, you were under a different pseudonym yourself because you were under an old lady.
It's true. I mean, I don't have anybody can go in there. I think I can't remember my name. I think it was like just Jay. Or like no name. I don't remember. But will they know based off of that, or do we need to go and register and be like, hey, we figured out a name?
Well, they would have received word of a group, and you were the last group to head there.
Okay.
So
we
I
don't
mean,
need to
if you
worry
wanted
about
to give them your official names now.
Okay. I just remember we never gave them any information.
Hmm.
But we can do that
Yeah,
later.
because you registered under y'all selves individually.
Mm.
We can swing by there real quick. I don't care.
Yeah, can we say that it's on the way to the shops?
Yep. Well, it's probably better to go to the shops first.
Okay.
I guess either way, because the Adventurers Guild is more towards the docks.
Mm-hmm.
So you could either hit the shops up on your way back, or on your way there.
Are you guys looking for something specific, or just wanted to take a look around the shops?
Now that we have money, we might be able to afford something. So
Yeah, I remember those stores that we went to. The ones that they mentioned had really cool stuff.
we couldn't afford. They had like +1 armors and stuff and weapons, but we
Oh.
couldn't
Yeah.
afford any of that.
And they could like magically imbue anything you bought or something.
Mm-hmm.
You just couldn't afford any of it.
Yeah.
And we still may not be able to with just 1,600, but we might be able to
Right.
afford something nice.
If we pool it, yeah, whatever.
Exactly. We
I
might be able to find another party magic item.
Hmm.
Whatever y'all want to do.
Well, John,
I guess let's go to the shops
Yeah.
first, since we're sleeping at the Adventurers Guild, right? So we'll go back there at night.
are we sleeping in the Adventurers Guild?
Or are we still in that fancy room?
I mean, I figure we stay in the fancy room until they tell us we can't stay there anymore.
The main thing was that they wanted you to at least stay there overnight.
So we don't
Okay.
have it for 2
Previous night.
nights.
So technically, until they would have mentioned this, you have access to the room until you inform them about the job.
Okay.
Okay.
But otherwise, you have it for at least 2 to 3 more days.
Okay. I say we use the fancy
Okay.
one. They had good food.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then, yes, we can further discuss these missions they've given to us, and this mysterious tabaxi that has shown up again. So we go shopping.
Shopping!
Whoop, whoop.
So I
Cue the
guess
montage.
which are you heading to first, even though they are literally right next to each other?
Let's go to the magic shop first.
Okay.
I figured that would be better because if we want to find something for as a party thing, that's the place to go first. And then we can check out the armors. Because the only thing I'd be interested armor wise, I think is gonna be like a maybe studded. Like I think it's the next up for me. Because I'm only doing light and medium.
Armor, you can't really get.
Oh, I already have
Team.
studded armor, so yeah. So at that point, I'll just probably go to plus, see if they had +1 or something like that.
All right. So
Or you can
as-
just get one of these and I tap my shell.
I mean, I can get one of those. I just don't know if it's going to work as well. Oh, also, I turned to Ava now.
Okay.
I was like, and we'll discuss this later.
Okay. So as y'all are heading back in, and then you open the door to Botanica Magica. The fund turns around, and it's like, "Oh, good to see you. I see that you look a little worse for wear, but hopefully that means a little more gold to spend."
Perhaps.
Just like bust in and go, we can afford things now!
I like it. All right.
Show
So
us.
I did acquire some new things while you were gone too.
Wait, last time we were here, was I the old lady?
No, the elven woman runs the.
No. Was I the old lady? Because I think we traveled to this
No,
town. Okay.
you were Eva.
Okay, cool. I was like, oh, maybe I should
The
go
only
back to
time
old
you were
lady.
the old lady was at the Adventurers Guild.
Okay, cool.
If I'm wrong,
Remember
put
you
it in the
being an
comments
old lady?
You don't remember being the old lady?
I don't remember that.
Oh, I was an old lady. I thought I registered and
you do.
everything.
But so
Little old Agatha.
I still have some of the other things. Unfortunately, due to a request from the council, I am actually all out of healing potions. Unfortunately.
Well, that is disappointing. We were wanting those. I mean,
Damn it!
I guess we can.
sorry, But
I think you better give us a discount on everything else.
Especially a big order.
We can.
I see what you did there, but no, I need to make money seriously.
You have two people who are both trying to like negotiate. One is very like, oh well, I guess that'll work. One is give me a discount.
Oh,
This is
that's
bullshit.
it. I deserve a discount.
Ava's trying to sweet talk him. Oh man, we really wanted those. And Needles is up here. You son of a bitch.
It's a Karen. Let me speak to your manager.
Well, what are these new items you have for us today?
Well, based on y'all's attire, I actually think it would work better for. And he points to John. It's like this man himself. So, and
Must be
He
child's
kinda-
clothes.
goes back, gets a box, and you're expecting like an item, but he opens it up and puts 3 wrapped up scrolls
Okay.
in
Lame.
front.
Paper.
Ah, so not
I'm
just
gonna
any
go off
paper.
and look at something on the shelf.
So, what
I'm
he
gonna look
has
in amazement.
is these are spell scrolls that people of the have that have an arcane nature are able to use these as a one-time use, or in the case of your wizard friend here, he can actually take the time and learn these spells.
Okay. What have you got?
So he starts off with the first one. It is a scroll of haste, which,
Okay.
based on your meeting earlier, that's what you saw. That was actually the spell.
Can you
He
tell?
cast it on his assistant.
Can you? What does haste actually do? We've seen it work, but I don't know what the actual verbiage to it.
Do you want me to choose a willing creature until the spell ends? Target speed is doubled, gains +2 bonus to AC, has advantage on dexterity saving throws, and gains an additional action on each of its turns. And then
A
when the
pretty good
spell
one.
ends, the target can't move or take action until after its next turn.
So you get a boosted movement speed, a addition to your AC, and an extra action to attack or move.
You can't do anything on your next turn.
And it's when the spell ends,
Okay.
which I think it's a minute duration. But say he cast it and then his concentrate, because I believe it's a concentration spell. So if concentration breaks, the spell ends.
Early.
The person would be stunned until the next round.
So why did I'm not upset about it, but why did the golem break down so quickly after one round?
You don't
Is
know.
it a turn?
Okay. Well, turn
Maybe
is
there's
6
another
seconds.
person casting haste on him.
Maybe
Or
he
it's
couldn't
just
use it to
it's
full
a
effect.
similar ability, but does it work exactly? Maybe it wasn't the spell.
Ooh, that's true. That's true.
I'm just pointing that out.
I will be right back. Y'all keep shopping.
Right. What else?
Next is a scroll of uh have for the bracers. But I also, if that is a little out of your price range, I do have a cloak that does a similar function, but the enchantment is not as strong.
Can we maybe reduce that price down to like 1900 on those
Yeah,
braces?
you don't have any. You don't have any health potions. Give us a discount.
Well, I was going to give you a haggle check, but that kind of.
Damn
Dang
it.
it. Is there
Sorry.
a haggle check? I don't know.
We really
You
like
know?
these items, but they're just
You know what? Here,
a little expensive.
I'd be
for
willing to
us.
chip some off if you. Obviously, y'all just came into a bunch of money. If you purchase multiple items, I will consider a discount.
How much
Would you give
do you
discounts to
want
the
for
heroes of Saltmarsh?
scrolls?
So for the haste and the tiny hut, those would be 600 gold pieces each.
Mhm.
And for the mirror image, that would be 400 gold.
Okay, outside of game,
Mhm.
would those bracers increase my AC?
Yes.
Okay.
The bracers would give you a +2.
Okay.
Here. So the bracers give you a +2 to your AC if you're not wearing armor and using no shield.
Oh, and using no shield?
Yeah, I forgot that detail.
Oh,
Do you use a shield?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are they?
But-
what are those bracers do again?
But I'm gonna say I don't think Tormund does.
So
yeah.
they you cannot wear if you are wearing no armor
Oh,
and are not using a shield, you get +2 to your AC.
what's your AC without armor, Scott?
I don't. Let me see.
Oh, it's probably 12. What is your AC right now?
It's 13 right now. So if I'd get +2, it'd be 15. My armor gives me 15. Gives me +2 right now anyway. So
Oh.
Yeah, that's what my shield gives me +2 anyway, so
But it would free up a hand. So if you wanted to, I don't know if your classes or anything like that can dual wield.
well, I don't have a
well
shield. Oh, okay, you're talking to Leopard.
my
Because of his
fighting
shell, he
style
can't
is
wear
protection. Yeah, I can't wear armor because of my shield. But
does
my
the
fighting
bracers-
style is protection. So when I wield a shield, I can defend someone.
Oh,
It's
so it's
adjacent
actually
to me.
beneficial to keep the shield. Never mind.
Yeah.
armor. So, but you can get the cloak, which it's only a +1, but it's a +1 to your AC and saving throws, and there's no.
+1 to AC and saving throws. How much is that one?
That one is 1,000.
We love a good cloak.
I would definitely take that one.
Okay. So he sets that one to the side. All right, and then I have some other stuff here as well.
Does he have any like weapons, or is that going to be a different shop, like magical weapons?
Weapons are going to be next door. I mainly kind of deal with just the unique magic items or the some of the kind of protection. Most of the armor and weapons will be next door.
What other gadgets you got?
So I have this other cloak, which he pulls out, and this one, when you put its hood up, allows you to breathe underwater and be able to swim for more easily.
There's more than a turtle can do.
I'm sorry. What is this? What was this? It does swimming and underwater breathing. What else? What was
Yeah,
it?
it gives you water breathing. You put the hood up. It gives you water breathing, and it gives you a swim speed of 60 feet
Oh.
while the hood is up.
And how much is this cloak?
That cloak is only $750. Now, something to keep in mind too, I guess, when considering some of these items do require attunement, and what that means is that they're kind of work for you. This cloak doesn't, but like the protection cloak does, and you can only have 3 attuned items to you at a time. So you can hold on to the other magic items, but if you only can have like 3 attuned to you.
Okay. I already have one. And this
So
new cloak is attunement.
The cloak of protection that Leopard got was this. This cloak does not.
Okay. And I'm sorry. How much did you say this cloak was? I heard you said it, but I don't remember.
$750.
$750. How much would you give me for this cloak, sir? And I make it change.
What cloak was that?
I think this is like the cloak of many cloaks.
Oh, okay. And he looks at
Is
let me see. Kind of takes a look at it.
cloak of many fashions.
Cloak of many fashions. Okay. Well, seeing how this is a fairly basic enchantment, I'll give you about 100 gold pieces for it.
Noted.
Of course, trade-in value can sometimes be better. But anyways, as he turns around, then I also have, he pulls out a pair of boots as well.
It's with the fur.
Yeah. And guess what? The whole club was looking at her.
Shit.
Her.
Yes, these boots help you get if you're caught a bit flat-footed. What these do above game is that while you are wearing these boots, after you roll initiative, you can choose to roll a d8 and add it to your initiative. And this ability can only be used once per day.
Pretty helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Which are those?
That is going to be 850 gold pieces.
Mhm.
All the money we just got suddenly seems like so little.
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to wait to see what they have at the weapon place.
Yeah. I do like the scrolls, and I do like those that cloak that you like, though.
Mm-hmm.
The cloak is, I think, a really good price too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have too much party stuff, so all individual. Oh, I guess the
Well, I mean,
well,
the scrolls
the scrolls could
be the target, like haste and mirror. I think mirror image can also be a target of anyone. It's not just.
Well, the tiny hut would
Haste is a really good one.
Yeah, and the
Not
tiny
gonna lie.
hut would be. I don't know how often we would like use it. A tiny hut would be great if we were like out again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what it does, it makes a 10-foot tent that no one can enter unless they have the person's permission.
Reminds me of vampires.
How big is the tent on the inside? Is it still just 10 by 10?
It's a 10-foot radius.
Okay, so it's 20 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
So we would also.
Two spaces on either side. Is it 9 creatures?
Here, let's see.
Yeah, I was still trying to think.
Because they can give permission to 9 creatures, and if there's any more, then it goes away.
Yeah.
I was thinking about just getting that one, so we have something to.
When we go
In
camp.
case we're traveling, we could make a camp or something that's pretty secure.
Yeah.
But also, it's opaque from the outside, and it's any color that you choose, so you get free camouflage.
Okay, so we can actually kind of like hide decently in it.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll just do the hut spell.
Okay.
So you said 600.
Mhm.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so this for you, and then were you getting the cloak as well?
Kind of want to see what weapons the other place has before, but I'm definitely either getting a weapon and or the cloak.
Okay, yeah, I understand. You want to browse all the wares before making a purchase. I'll hold this one for the rest of the day for you.
Okay.
So that you can just come back if you want it. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Well, that is my main stuff that I have, other than basic components and stuff. But otherwise, tell Eris I said hi when you go to see her.
We will.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, so you leave and go next door. And once you're in, once again you see a halfling man behind the counter, just kind of rocking on a chair back and forth until he sees y'all. Oh, hello, what kind of? Oh, it's y'all. And right when he says that, you actually see a small hammer come from the back of the room and hit him in the back of the head. Ow! What'd you do that for? That's not why I hired you. You greet them properly. And as Eris steps out, it's like, hello, yes, how can I help y'all?
Oh God, what was his name? Says hi.
Oh, you must talk about Befund. Or
Sure.
Befund.
Sounds
Next
good.
door.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. He said
Yeah.
you make the best armor and weapons in town, and we should check you out.
He would be damn right.
So we wanted to see the best and hopefully make a few purchases.
Alrighty. Well, here's my best selection over here. And she points over to a few cases. So the main things, I guess, are you looking for items with enchantments, or are you just looking for basic gear?
Probably something with enchantment. I don't know what a +1 would be in the real world. I'm looking for a +1 armor, possibly.
Just enhanced.
An enhanced armor, possibly, depending on the price.
Okay. Are you looking for something the style that you're wearing right now, or?
Preferably the style I'm wearing, if not a little bit better. I try to stick around to the light and medium armors. You know,
Okay.
shows off my curves. You know, you gotta look good while on the field.
Damn straight.
You know how it is, girl.
Okay, let me get something pulled up real quick.
Yeah, so the studded leather is light armor. I need to look into like the mediums, because I think some of the mediums start giving you disadvantage on stuff, right?
So certain medium armors will give you disadvantage on stealth checks.
And I want to avoid that.
So if you are, because like, and also keep in mind that what's medium armor, the maximum dex bonus you get to your armor is +2, even if you have over a 2 modifier. You only get 2.
Wait, what do you mean?
So what it means is that, so what's your dexterity score?
My dex is a +4.
Okay. So what it is, the heavier the armor is, the less maneuverable you
Mhm.
are. So, with it being a +4, if you say you got breastplate, your AC would be start at 14, but because you can only have a Dex modifier maximum of 2, because it's medium armor,
Uh-huh.
it would only go up to 16.
Okay.
So you kind of sacrifice maneuverability for thicker armor is the idea behind that.
Got it. Okay, so no matter what I can do, the armor will only ever be +2. Is there like
That's for medium armor. Light armor has no restriction on that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, why would I ever go to something heavier if +2
It's more because like the less dexterous characters, they usually want to go beef up on the armor because they're not using their dex score.
Got it. Okay.
And see, like heavy armor has actual like strength requirements to be able to use it.
I understand. So I should probably stick with the leather armor, the studded leather, and go the pluses so I can get those additional pluses. Perfect. So what kind of studded leather armors do you have? The enhanced studded leather armors.
So I don't have any enhanced, but I can get a pair enhanced. If that is something that you are looking for.
Depending on the price, absolutely.
So with the enhancement cost, definitely seeing how you would be providing the armor, we would discount that. So for just the enhancement itself, we're looking about 300 gold pieces.
Okay. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Let me think about it.
Okay.
And keep browsing a little bit, and then, yeah, let me think about it, and I'll probably leave you my armor for sure. Yeah, let's just think about it for a little bit.
Okay. And then I do have some the main enhanced stuff that I have is I have some enhanced shields ranging anywhere from buckler to kite shields.
What does
I-
enhanced shields do?
It's a +1 shield.
+1, so +1 to my AC.
So it'd be
Yeah.
+3 technically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I do have some enhanced weapons already. I have a greatsword, a longsword, a warhammer, and a battle axe.
How much do the enhanced shields cost and the enhanced warhammers?
The shields cost they both cost 400 gold pieces each.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do have something that someone sold as collateral, but it's a little more unique than just these broad. And then she points out to the sickle that y'all looked at beforehand.
Remind us about the sickle.
It's a sickle that is designed to enhance the spell casting of users who are more inclined to nature, aka druids.
Okay.
Ooh.
And because that one has such a unique enchantment, that one is a little bit more pricey than the basic enhancements.
Just
Because it's something that you can't really replicate. At least not with today's study and knowledge of enchantment.
much is it?
It's 750 gold pieces.
Okay.
But here it is. Get it pulled up.
You put that enchantment on something that I already have.
No, that's the thing. The reason why it's so unique is that the enchantment was made as the blade was forged.
Okay.
So the enchantment is kind of in here, but above game, what it does is that while holding this weapon, you gain bonus to your attack and damage rolls with it, as well as attack rolls and saving D3s for your druid or ranger spells. It can also be used as a spellcasting focus.
Okay.
Also, when
What does
you
that mean?
So right now your spellcasting focus is your little flame crystal that you have.
Okay.
So you can actually use this instead. Because normally what you have to do with the technical rules is that you can't have anything in your hand. You have to have one hand on your focus and the other hand to do somatic.
Okay.
But with this, you could actually have a weapon as your spell focus. Because normally, like, if you were using your scimitars or stuff, you would have to pull out your scimitar
Mm.
and technically not cast for the turn, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But this would allow the sickle would count as a spellcasting focus. And then an additional effect is if you cast a spell that restores hit points, you can add a d4 and add the number to the hit points restored.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd buy that. Not that expensive either.
No, and it would definitely help like all your spells and everything. Would that enhance her bird too?
If
Since-
it's but because there's no way to explain it in game. No, it wouldn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the bird is kind of a unique thing to you.
Okay.
But
I
you
think
can
I'll
use the
buy
sickle as
that.
an actual weapon too, which is nice.
Anybody else buying anything? Can we get like a group discount?
I'm gonna get that Warhammer and the shield if I can.
Okay, so that would be 800 for a Leopard, 750 for Needle. Was anyone else looking to get armor or actually like replacing their armor or anything like that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and enchant this one. I think that seems fair.
Okay. And I think
Takes her off her armor right there.
I said 150 for that, right?
For the armor,
Yeah, for the enchantment.
I thought you said 300.
300, yeah. Okay, that says we're right.
Yes.
What would I be able to? What would a +2 enhancement be?
So these days, that is usually something you have to find.
Okay.
The art of being able to enhance the items further has kind of dwindled with time. So a lot of times, the stronger bonuses are kind of like that moon sickle. Usually has to be found. It's not easy to manufacture that.
Got it. Well, thank you. Well, yeah, I'll do the single enhancement. That will be wonderful.
Okay.
And would there be a possible discount for us purchasing this many items?
Let's roll it up. Grim, do something useful. Tell me what their overall cost is. And he's like scratching on some paper.
We were suggested to come here as well from the council.
Let's see. So overall cost would be 1850. Let's see. You know what? You're adventurers yourself, right?
We are.
How about I cut the price and you take a job for me?
Can we hear the job first?
Mm-hmm.
We're listening.
There's some rumors about some bullets that have made grounds in the hills nearby. They're always very aggressive. especially during mating season. And their armor can actually take some of the toughest strikes. I've been experimenting with some possible alloys making, and a bullet shell would be something to look into to increase strength, maybe. So, I'll cut the price from 1850 to 1600, and then upon return with plates of bullet shells, I'll return to you another deposit of 250. So you pay 1600 now, and then upon return I give you another 250 back.
I look at the group. Do y'all know what a bullet is?
Sounds easy enough.
So, yeah. Have I heard of a bullet before?
Make a nature check.
Oh, goodness, nature's not my forte.
I can do it. I have a +5.
Oh, all you? I did ask.
Ah. You're welcome.
You know,
Glad I could help.
you think you know, you think you know bullets. They're actually, ooh, what's that piece of yarn?
Piece candy.
Wait, what was it that I was asking? You don't know.
Are y'all? I'm
Okay.
down for try this job. Are y'all?
Sounds easy enough.
Just
I'm
one
down.
bullet shell, or is that all you needed?
The shell, yes, you'll have to take it. It's, if I remember correctly, it's shaped into kind of plates. So you'll have to, one, defeat the creature,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll have to actually cut under the plate to get the head pieces off it. Actually, here, he goes to the back, pulls a book,
Thank
look
you.
out, and let me get. And this actually will be. Let me get. And there was light. So, she pulls out and it's like, okay. It's like a book on like a bestiarity or whatever it's called. And it's like, okay,
Like
so
a
this
manual of monsters.
yeah, bestiary. It's like, okay, so this is what a bullet looks like.
Oh.
So its head plate is the densest part and is used for is mainly for burrowing. So its actual claws could be useful as well.
Mhm.
But pretty much if you could collect pieces of both the head fragments or the head shell, sort of the back shells, and then some of its claws as well. And depending on how much you get, I may throw in a further bonus.
Perfect. Do you happen to have anything that shows us how to harvest these off of a bullet successfully?
Be careful. No one really harvests these things. They tried to avoid them at all possible, seeing how they go on a killing rampage during mating season. But
And when is mating season?
roughly this week,
Uh-huh.
supposedly.
What about on the 4th?
I'm not saying I have to get those immediately,
Or
but
yeah, the 27th. I meant. My bad.
but if you can get those to me, and I would also consider it a joint venture going forward for any of my unique projects, be willing to pay for exclusive job rights.
I think this seems like a wonderful agreement, and we could definitely continue doing business.
All right.
Agree.
So the agreed upon right now, you will pay 1600. Upon return of the bullet pieces, I'll give you an additional 250 as the partner agreement, and depending on the quality and quantity of pieces, will be established further prices.
Sounds good.
Deal? As she holds out the hand.
Deal. I'll
Sounds
shake her,
good.
and I'll shake her hand.
Okay.
So we're going from 1800 to 1600.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So 1600 for everything.
Okay, how many people are buying things?
1.
Me. So 2. And I think
So it was Needle with the Moonsicle for 750. The a +1 shield and weapon for Leopard
Yeah.
for 400 each. So a total of 800. And then enhancing Jax's armor for 300.
And when will this armor be ready?
I can have it done by tomorrow.
Wonderful. Okay. I was trying to figure out the math that we each get a discount off of. It comes out to 66 gold and like 66 cents. So we'll just say 66 less than what you were going to pay originally. So for me, it'd be 300 minus 66. So mine would be 234. That way everyone gets the discount. Perfect. So I give her my 234 gold and my armor, which I will remove. And then I will also put on my regular clothes. I thought I had.
Moonsicle is an actual thing that I can find.
Yes. So
Okay.
when you search for items, it's a Moonsicle +1.
I do want to go back and get that cloak also, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to just add it?
Yeah, go ahead and add in. Just take 1,000 gold off,
Yeah.
and then John got the tiny hut, right?
Yeah.
Scroll?
I have the
Okay.
scroll in my inventory, and I need to
Hey.
take the. It takes time to learn those, I think.
And
It
what's
takes
that
time
cloak
and
called?
money. Just a cloak of protection.
Well, I will see you in the morning.
Alrighty, I'll get started on it.
Wait, does that cloak of protection not add +1?
It does. You have to make sure to attune to it. So you'll add it to your inventory, and then if you actually go to the item, there should be like an attunement.
Oh,
slot.
attune. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Before we go, I had a few more questions about these bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Are they? When do they? I guess. Do you mind if I look at your little your manual of monsters and kind
Not
of
at all.
read about it real quick?
She hands you the book. I just got to get back to work, so just give it to Grim once you're done.
I will. Thank you. What do I read about these things?
Oh, hang on.
Because I'm like, I don't know anything about these things. You know, like they are like I'm hoping to find out like what they're weak against, what they're strong against, like if they're active at like night or day.
So they are also known as
They're
land
blind.
sharks.
Land sharks.
They are very brutal and territorial, even though they are mainly nomadic. They treat anything as food.
Uh-huh.
And that they are extremely good at burrowing. And that they can sometimes be more agile than uh than their size indicates.
Okay. So they're fast. Anything about like weaknesses or weak spots?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Other than that, the plates are its thickest part.
Yeah. Okay. As I'm reading it out loud for the group to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like spells that I can cast over creatures? Might help us with this.
Over what? I'm sorry.
Over different creatures,
Mm.
like possess them or get a telepathic link.
Give me your armor. Let me
For
rip it
me.
off you.
But yeah, that's all the information you're able to pull from the book.
Well, Grim, here's this book. Thank you very much.
Yeah, whatever.
I like you.
Okay, so and I guess Leopard goes back to and gets the cloak. And that'll be one thing.
Scott,
Needle,
did you
make
want
sure
anything?
to attune the. I think the moon sickle needs to be attuned as well.
Scott, did you want anything?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, but so anything else y'all would like to do for the day?
think
Or I
I'm
guess
good.
further discuss the
Good.
job
Yes.
on your way back.
We
or
can
once
discuss
you
all
are
three
back.
jobs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so the moon sickle does require attunement, so make sure you check that once you add it to
Okay.
your inventory.
How do I do that?
So,
You just click on it, I think, and it gives a
It says
description.
attune.
Yeah.
and then it should automatically add it to your rolls. So, I guess I also forgot to mention that they have a giant outdoor bath at your stay as well.
Wonderful.
Nice.
But I guess because you also talked about going to the Adventurers Guild, right?
Oh yeah.
What time is it? Okay, it's almost 9:30. Okay, so I will just go ahead and say so once you've pick up your purchases and as you begin to walk into the Adventurers Hall, we will go ahead and call it a session there.
Perfect.
Alright.
Seeing how it's this late.
I didn't see. I was just gonna go ahead and put studded in my inventory so I didn't forget. But I don't see +1. Do I just need to go into like its details and change it?
So no, what you'll have to do, I think you'll have to, if you search armor,
Mhm.
I think it should will be like it'll be armor +1, and then you select the type.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me go do that then.
And then I think for the shield, Kason, were you able to get the shield and stuff? The shield
Yeah.
and the warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm not seeing a +1 armor across the board.
Here, let me try something.
Is it studded leather?
Uh-huh. I see spiked armor. That's cool.
It's right. It's search studded leather and then hit more items. It's actually under blue instead of green,
Hey,
like most of the plus ones.
that makes sense. There it is. Studded leather +1. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to add that to my equipment. And that way that's in there. And then when I get it back from her, I will put it on.
Okay.
But yes, we should. Well, I guess since we're ending it, we can discuss the quests through text and stuff like that. Do you mind telling us about the quests that the council gave us? Again.
Yeah. So the jobs that they're offering is first to go scout out this archaeological site of Stone Tooth, which Obrola explained to you was a site that they found, and they were beginning to research, but then a horde of either like orcs or goblins were starting to come in, so they retreated out and haven't been back since. So it's
And they
to
just want
look
us to
into
clear it
there
out?
because they discovered text rumored that there is that there could be a refined magicite
That's
crystal
crystal.
in there. The second job was to travel to Oakenfell and figure out what has all been going on there.
Which we know is 2 weeks away.
Because the gifts that they found that were given were found to be enhanced with some or enchanted with some ill what's the word I'm looking for?
Alleged ill magic. Alleged
Ill magic. But
curse.
ill intent magic, and they also don't necessarily trust the envoy that came in.
And we might be able to find some more about the tabaxi that went out there.
Yes.
Like both of our backstories, right?
Yeah. And then we have the bullet, which I cannot do the bullet till I get my armor back.
Well, you'll be getting it the next day.
Yeah.
But
They didn't say there was any rush on that.
Yeah, she said there's no
And
rush
if we
on it.
wait till after,
It's true. We can travel to Oakenland, come back, and they're going to be out of mating season, so we don't have to worry about them anymore.
yeah.
Being so aggressive with us. Well, she said she thinks it's this week. It'll always be the week we go.
hey, she's a blacksmith, not a nature person.
We'll go find a nature person. I need exact dates.
It's all with the time of the season.
Okay. Well, do we want to make a decision on which quest we do now, or do we want to kind of think about it?
Did they give any indication to like the order they wanted us to do it in, or did they just say we just need you to do these?
Both are
things?
priorities,
Mhm.
but the main thing is just that they can't focus the resources because of the Warforged threat. So
Alright.
now they are completely going in for the Warforged. So the resources that they would send to do these other two are now not available.
Okay. How far away is Stone Tooth?
Doo-doo.
That
I mean,
was my
Oaken-
next. Are these like in totally different directions, or are they kind of on the same?
Yeah, because
way.
Oakenland we know is 2 weeks away from Saltmarsh, and that's basically a 4-week round trip.
Oh, nope. I misspoke. It's 2.5 weeks from. Actually, hold on. Yeah, so it's 2 weeks from Saltmarsh.
Would it be closer to the city?
Slightly here. If y'all will look at Discord. So you don't know this yet in character. But so Cordelia is right here.
Okay.
Stone Tooth, which will be pointed out to you, is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oakenfell is down here in the south.
Okay, so we could do Stone, and then on the way to Oaken,
Mm.
and we could do it that way. And then on the way back, we can, cash in, then go do the bullet because we might get more money. We can get some more stuff.
Because the other thing too is that they don't know because they want this scouted out, and then they want, but they're more, I guess that'd be a question that you can ask them if they have a priority
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
which one, because they didn't necessarily share that.
They did not. Okay.